Every trader gets to the same question sooner or later. Out of everything out there, which strategies actually work, and where do I begin? The good news is that there are many, and each one has something real to offer. Fibonacci retracements, breakout and reversal patterns, Elliott Wave, Candlestick and Harmonic patterns, support and resistance, trend lines, Gann angles, momentum indicators, oscillators, divergences, volume, and supply and demand. Today, we put all of them in front of you, so you can see what each one does, and start recognizing which ones fit the way you like to trade. So that is the order today. First, the map, then every strategy on top of it, and for each one, the same simple question. What does this tell me that structure alone does not? You're watching the chapter, Essential Trading Strategies Every Trader Must Know, part of our course, Technical Analysis for Day Traders. So, if this kind of content helps you, take a second to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so the next lessons reach you the moment they go live. And feel free to share in the comments which topics you would like us to explore in future videos. And if you want to support the channel on a deeper level, consider becoming a member to unlock exclusive content and help keep these lessons coming. You'll also find links to our trusted partners in the description below. Using them costs you nothing, and it directly helps the channel keep producing free educational content like this. Before we open the toolbox, one word about the thing that sits underneath all of it: market structure. Market structure is how price organizes itself over time. It is not an indicator, and there's nothing to install. In an uptrend, price builds higher highs and higher lows. In a downtrend, lower highs and lower lows. When price breaks a previous high or low in the direction of the trend, that is a break of structure. When it breaks the structure it was building, that is a change of character. You'll hear both terms again today. I am not going to teach it here, and that is deliberate. Market structure is a subject we have already covered in depth on this channel, and today the focus belongs to the strategies. If you want the full foundation, watch our Smart Money Concepts Masterclass. It starts exactly where this video starts, with support and resistance, and then builds market structure properly from there. Ideal versus realistic structure, how to separate major swings from minor ones, what makes a break of structure valid, and how to tell a real change of character from a false one. And the same goes for another whole family of strategies you will not see in this video: fair value gaps, order blocks, liquidity and inducement, and the ICT models built on top of them. They are not missing because they do not matter. They are in that same masterclass, each one with a full lesson instead of 30 seconds. The link is in the card above and in the description below. Everything you are about to learn works better once you can read that, because each tool answers a different question, and structure is what decides whether the answer matters. Let's start with Fibonacci retracements. The Fibonacci retracement tool draws horizontal lines based on the Fibonacci ratios, and those lines act as potential support and resistance levels inside a move that has already happened. To use it, identify a clear swing low and a clear swing high. Then drag the tool from the swing low to the swing high. Now you wait for price to pull back into one of those levels. The 0.382 level is the one to watch most closely, because it is the most common level where price tends to reverse from. If price touches it and holds, that can be a good buy entry. Keep in mind, price can also reverse from the other Fibonacci levels, so always combine the tool with additional confirmation signals before you enter. So Fibonacci gives you location, not direction. In an intact uptrend, a 0.382 touch is a discount inside a trend that still has permission to continue. After a change of character, the same level is just a line in a falling market. Next, breakout patterns. A breakout is when price makes a sudden and significant movement in one direction. It usually forms after the market has spent time in a consolidation period. For example, here, price consolidates in a tight range, and then suddenly moves sharply to the downside. That is a breakout. To take advantage of these moves, traders use specific patterns as a guide to identify breakouts before they happen. The most notable ones are wedges, triangles, and the rectangle pattern. What a breakout adds is timing. The market is compressing and about to pick a side. With the structure, that is continuation. Against it, it is your first candidate for a change of character. Now, reversal patterns. A reversal pattern forms when price moves in the opposite direction of the current trend and starts building a counter trend. These shapes can be identified on the chart, which helps traders anticipate reversals before they fully happen. The most notable reversal patterns are the double top and bottom, the triple top and bottom, the head and shoulders, and the cup and handle. A reversal pattern is what a change of character looks like while it is still forming. The pattern is the shape. The broken low is the confirmation. Wait for the second one. Let's move on to Elliott Wave. Elliott Wave is a theory suggesting the market tends to move in a series of 5 waves before reversing and forming another set of waves in the opposite direction. By understanding the sequence, traders can anticipate where price is heading by following the pattern on a chart. Each point is labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then A, B, C for the correction. There are specific rules that must hold for a valid Elliott wave. First, wave 2 cannot retrace more than wave 1, and it usually pulls back to the 0.618 Fibonacci level. Second, wave 3 must be the longest wave among waves 1, 3, and 5. Third, wave 4 must remain above the peak of wave 1, and it usually pulls back to the 0.382 Fibonacci level. Here is an example. In this chart, price resembles a possible 1, 2, 3 Elliott wave. Based on the theory, wave 4 tends to pull back to the 0.382 level before continuing upward, so that pullback can be used as a potential buy entry. If you want to go deeper, we have a full video, Elliott Wave Explained for Beginners, here on the channel. Notice what Elliott really is: market structure with a counter attached. Structure tells you that you are making higher highs. Elliott tries to tell you which higher high you are on. Now, candlestick patterns. Candlestick patterns are a technique traders use to analyze future price movements by looking at specific candle shapes. The most notable ones are engulfing patterns, which signal strong momentum in the direction of the engulfing candle. Hammer and shooting star patterns, which indicate rejection, shown by the long wick on one side. And doji patterns, which signal neutrality in the market. A candle is the smallest unit of information on your chart, which is why location decides its value. A hammer at a swing low that keeps the higher low sequence alive is information. The same hammer inside a range is noise. Next, harmonic patterns. Harmonic patterns are advanced price patterns that follow a specific shape based on Fibonacci numbers, and traders use those shapes to predict future price movements. A bullish bat pattern, for example, forms when price makes a series of 4 movements shaped like the letter M. Each point is labeled X, A, B, C, and D, and each point has a specific guideline. Point X to point B needs a value between 0.382 and 0.50. Point A to point C needs a value between 0.382 and 0.886, and the same logic applies to the remaining points. Those guidelines are then applied to a real chart. So if you see price forming a series of 4 movements, you can apply the harmonic pattern tool to check whether what formed matches the pattern's guideline. If it does, you can take a position based on the pattern. There are multiple harmonic patterns. The most notable are the butterfly, the bat, and the crab, each with its own unique values. Harmonics give you a measurable template for the pullback, with tolerances instead of guesswork. But a valid shape inside a broken structure is still a trade against the market. Now, support and resistance. These are key levels that form horizontally, where price has bounced in the past and could possibly bounce again in the future. If the level is below the price, it is called support, and you can consider a buy position if price approaches it. If the level is above the price, it is called resistance, and you can consider a sell position if price approaches it. These levels show you where the market has memory. Structure tells you which memories still matter, because in a healthy uptrend, old resistance is something price is supposed to run through. Then we have dynamic support and resistance. It works the same way, but instead of static horizontal lines, it uses indicators, such as the moving average, to act as the key level, adjusting continuously as price changes. The advantage is that it travels with the trend. The catch is the same thing. It only exists while the structure that created it holds. Now, trend lines. Trend lines are key levels that form diagonally during a trending market, and you can use them to identify the overall direction of price. An upward trend line means bullish, a downward trend line means bearish. And just like horizontal support and resistance, trend lines can be used to identify possible entry scenarios. For example, if price retraces back to a trend line, that can be a good opportunity to take a buy position. A trend line is a drawing of your structure's slope. The higher lows are the fact. The line is the illustration. When the two disagree, believe the lows. Let's talk about Gann angles. Gann angles are a tool that displays multiple lines spreading continuously at different angles. Those lines act as possible key levels, and they also help you measure the strength of a trend. Price moving within the steep angles indicates a strong trend. Price moving within the shallow angles indicates a weak trend. To apply them, go to the settings and make sure Lock Price to Bar Ratio is checked. Next, identify a market range and mark the swing low and the swing high of that range. Then, draw a straight vertical line at the start of the range. After that, select the Trend Angle tool and measure 45 degrees. Finally, use the Gann fan tool and place it at the 45-degree angle. Gann angles measure something none of the previous tools do: speed. Structure tells you where the market is going. The angle tells you how urgently. Now, momentum indicators. These measure the direction and the strength of a trend, and they are most effective in trending markets. The most notable are the MACD, where an upward crossover indicates a bullish trend and a downward crossover indicates a bearish trend. Moving averages, where price above the average signals a bullish trend and price below signals a bearish trend. Parabolic SAR, where a dot below the price indicates a bullish trend and a dot above indicates a bearish trend. And super trend, where a green signal indicates a bullish trend and a red signal indicates a bearish trend. Each of these is a second opinion on the trend your structure already shows you. When they agree, you have confluence. When they disagree with the highs and lows on your chart, that disagreement is the signal. Next, oscillators. Oscillators display the relative strength of price, and they are most effective on choppy or sideways markets. The most notable include the RSI. When the line is in the oversold region, it indicates a possible reversal to the upside. And when it is in the overbought region, it indicates a possible reversal to the downside. And the stochastic. If both lines are oversold, it signals a possible reversal to the upside. And if both are overbought, it signals a possible reversal to the downside. The crossover between those lines can also anticipate future movements. This is where structure protects you the most. Inside a range, overbought and oversold are meaningful. Inside a strong trend, overbought is not a warning. It is what a strong trend looks like. Now, divergences. A divergence occurs when an indicator displays a signal opposite to the real price movement, and when that happens, it is usually a sign the trend might reverse. Divergences can occur on many indicators, such as the MACD, the stochastic, and the RSI. For example, using the MACD here, price is forming higher highs, which is bullish, but the indicator shows the opposite, lower highs, which is bearish. This is a bearish divergence, signaling price may form a reversal, and you can take a sell position. Divergence is the earliest warning on this list, which is why it needs the most patience. It tells you the trend is losing strength, not that it is over. The confirmation is the change of character. Next, volume indicators. Volume indicators show the strength behind a price movement by tracking the trading volume. The most notable include price volume, which displays the volume for each candle. The longer the bar, the higher the volume. The volume-weighted average price, or VWAP, which shows the ratio of an asset's price to its total volume, and can be traded like a moving average or as dynamic support and resistance. And volume profiles, which display volume horizontally, giving you levels that can be treated as key zones for potential entries. Volume is the only tool here that measures participation. A break of structure on expanding volume and the same break on almost nothing are two very different events. Finally, supply and demand. Supply and demand zones are areas where a significant price movement originated. If price moves significantly upwards from a level, that area is considered a demand zone. If price moves significantly downwards from a level, that area is considered a supply zone. Just like support and resistance, these zones can be treated as key levels for potential entry positions. Keep the difference clear. Support and resistance is a line where price reacted. Supply and demand is an area where a move was born. And that origin is the point. A demand zone marks where buyers were strong enough to change the balance. Structure tells you whether they are still in control today. One last note before we move on. You will often hear supply and demand called order blocks, as if they were the same thing. They are not. An order block is one specific type of supply and demand zone, and that is covered properly in the masterclass I mentioned at the start. Before we close, a short warning, because this one will save you money. Everything we covered today reads the market itself: price, levels, structure, volume. There is another category being sold to traders that reads something else entirely: trading by moon phases, financial astrology and planetary alignments, sunspots and weather cycles. None of these have ever shown a reliable edge in real market data, and none of them are looking at the market at all. And add two more to that list that are not mystical, just expensive: the indicator sold to you with a 95% win rate, and any recovery system that tells you to double your position after a loss to win it back. The first one is marketing. The second one is mathematics, and that mathematics ends with an empty account. You do not need any of it. The tools we went through today are tested, they read real market data, and they are more than enough. So let's tie this together. Every tool we covered answered a different question. Fibonacci answered where. Breakouts and reversals answered when. Elliott answered how far. Candles answered how price reacted. Momentum, oscillators, and divergence answered how strong. Volume answered how many. Supply and demand answered where it started. Not one of them answered the first question: which direction has permission right now? Only structure does that, and that is why we put it first and read everything else through it. So before you look for a setup, name the structure: higher highs and higher lows, or lower highs and lower lows. Is it intact, or did something already break? Only then pick your tool. Do it in that order, and every strategy on this list gets sharper, because each one is finally answering a question that matters. Master that sequence, and you are no longer collecting indicators. You are reading a market. So, trader, if this video brought you more clarity, like it, subscribe, and turn on notifications so the next lessons reach you. And tell me in the comments what you want me to cover next. And if you want to go deeper, you can become a member of the Com Lucro Trader community right here on YouTube. It unlocks exclusive content, early access, and extra tools for your development, while directly supporting the channel. You'll also find our trusted partners linked in the description. Using those links costs you nothing and helps us keep producing this kind of educational content. And remember, the mission of the Com Lucro channel is simple. We help traders build clarity, confidence, and structure, so every decision is made with discipline and intention. Here you'll find complete courses built as a true trading masterclass: liquidity, market structure, higher time frame analysis, and supply and demand. Always focused on reading price and executing with a professional mindset. We also cover trading psychology, risk management, and long-term consistency. Because trading isn't just about charts. It's about mindset, discipline, and execution over time. Our main courses include smart money concepts, ICT, technical analysis, trading psychology, and Wyckoff. Alongside that, we share insights from respected traders whose work helps you understand how markets really behave. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.